Rob?
Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues, and today we're taking out the second and final figure of the Teen Titans that I have so far, or at least out of this batch that was sent to Rez, the collector, and myself. He got his replacement Superboy, and kind of in lieu for my Green Arrow figure they did not have in stock, they sent the remaining two Teen Titans figures to kind of make up for that. So we're taking a look at Kid Flash today, the DC Comics New 52 Kid Flash action figure. Would be the, I guess, the third and final figure from the, not final, but at least in this wave of the Teen Titans. It'd be kind of cool to think that maybe we're going to get a Bunker. That might be kind of cool. A Solstice would be kind of cool. And maybe she'll be kind of made up of the same translucent type of plastic that Wonder Girl kind of had. Maybe that'd be kind of cool if she was all, if she looked all that way. Skinner might be kind of cool too. We'll have to see what they do. And obviously Red Robin is coming. I want to say it's October, but some part of me says it might be November, but I'm going to say I think it's October. So definitely that's going to be a major deal here on my channel to finally get a new 52 Red Robin figure. But I digress. We're taking a look at Kid Flash here. And I mean, he's a... So I'm trying to use my words here. He did not look so good in the preview images that we saw early on. I'll be kind of curious to see. I'm going to try and find the images. Maybe after we look at the package here, I'll try and see if I can slip one of the images in there, and we'll kind of see what he looked like. I'm sure I'll be able to find him, but he didn't look that good in the preview images. Superboy did not look that good either. Wonder Girl was really the only one that I think was represented correctly in the preview images into the final action figure mold. Kid Flash does look a little bit better than his preview image, but maybe it was just the way that they shot him and had him posed, but we'll see. Kind of the same box art. Here's his side panel, which I think is really kind of cool. And I like this costume for Bart, or Bartorn, as we kind of find out who he is in New 52. Now, Wonder Girl's box said it was, there's the preview image that was right here. So this is the image that we saw preview-wise, which I guess it's the same. I guess it's just this doofy pose that they have him in. Really didn't do him justice that well. I don't know. But Wonder Girl said sculpted, let me see if I have that correct, as I have it off frame here. It says based on the designs of Brett Booth is what her box says as I kind of punch the light there. Kid Flashes does not say that at all, and Amos Helmsley did the sculpting of this figure. So we had Karen Planko, I think I'm saying her name right. So this still looks like it's Brett Booth art here, and I'm not sure if Superboy's says Brett Booth at all also, but we'll see. Here is the read-up. There's the other three figures. Of course, Rez sent him his Superboy just the other day. Actually, yesterday. So it's off to the races with the fast-talking, impulsive speedster Kid Flash, based on his new designs from the best-selling book Teen Titans. Best-selling. Was it really? I mean, I guess he lasted 30 issues, so anyway, we will get Bart Allen out of package, or Bartorn, depending on what universe he's from. We'll get him out of package, and we'll get a closer look, and we'll even do a comparison with Barry Allen, the Flash himself, and see how he kind of looks, and maybe put him up with Wonder Girl as well. We'll be right back. Alright, here's Kid Flash, and I gotta say, he's not too bad. Really kind of digging him. There are a couple things that are a little loopy about him. Some things are a little funny. He's got some little oversized big shoes, but he was kind of drawn that way in the comics as well. An interesting figure. I don't know if I'm entirely too keen on his joints here, how his legs are. I'll just pull the Flash up really quick. See how the Flash's legs fit more in with his body style. Even Wonder Girls aren't that bad. Let's see, pull up Wonder Woman here too, where they're really kind of you don't really see them, but this is kind of borderline kid stuff. Maybe it's to be able for you to animate him a little bit more to get him into some running poses. Be that as it may, it's not bad. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but maybe it'll allow him to get his legs to move back and forth a little bit. The open hand here, I guess, turning the hand flat that way isn't too bad, but obviously he's not going to be holding on to anything. I mean, you really couldn't put much in there at all. So probably just, I don't know, just a weird choice. I would have given him kind of maybe the flat hand like the Flash did here. But anyway, let's get a better look at his face. We'll zoom in here. We're in really close now. I'd assumed his eyes were all red, but it looks like there's some red and maybe an orange to kind of show his pupils a little bit. You can kind of see in his mouth here, he has some other, at first I thought it was like a red paint transfer, but I think it's actually to kind of outline his face and the wrinkles and the smile lines in his face here. It's actually not too bad, and you don't see too many figures with teeth showing, and it's not too bad. I think that is maybe kind of the odd look some people weren't too keen on, with having the red eyes and him kind of grinning there a little bit. Now on camera, his hair looks a little black. It's more brown in person, so maybe it's just coming through my lens a little bit. The other thing is his neck. His head doesn't go back at all, or it looks down just ever so slightly, but his neck is really kind of making his head go forward, so he kind of has that I don't know why I did that voice, but it just kind of makes him look a little doofy, a little silly, but that does go to the character of the character, so as intelligent as that sounded. So again, it's not too bad. It's better in person than what I thought it was going to be. There's a good amount of detail in the figure. Again, having this inspected by Jim Fletcher and having him take a look at it, the paint applications are virtually flawless. I've been kind of looking all over this figure to try and find some paint blemishes. Very, very few here at all. See a little speck of red. I mean, you're going to have a little bit, but I'm sure he looked over these figures before boxing them up and sending them to us. The T on the Teen Titans for their logo is really pretty tight there. A little bit. Granted, we're in pretty close from far away. It's not, of course, now that I point it out, it's that's not too bad. His lightning bolt is really, really clean. And even just the lightning bolts in general on the figure are done very, very well. There you kind of see his oversized feet, which does look a little cartoony, but they do make mention in the comics that he does have big feet, kind of to Solstice, so you can insert your own joke in there, as it were. And he's got a little bit of treads there, 2 peg holes. So we'll get into the articulation here. Like I said, his head, even though it doesn't tilt back and forth, you can kind of get him in some nice tilted positions. He can look down ever so slightly, but there's still has a nice clean rotation on the head. So not too bad. The arms, same kind of ball joint here that Wonder Girl had. You kind of see the clear peg in there. These seem to be pretty good. Does a full 360. It does get kind of stuck a little bit in the back. Has the bicep swivel here. Bends at the elbow. It's a little sloppy here at the elbow on his, and has a turn at the glove. Here are the ever so clear sockets on the legs. Surprisingly, as wonky as this sculpt is here, which I'm not really too keen on, he's not going to get in a real dynamic running pose, which I'm a little kind of bummed with there a little bit. His butt stops him, and it's not so much a forward and a back as it kind of rocks. So that's a little weird. You're going to have a speedster. You want to be able to get his legs straight back. Single bend at the knee, and does have the rocker, or the bend at the foot, not the rocker, excuse me. And I think on the Wonder Girl figure I didn't mention, but she also, we'll get her back up here real quick, she does have a bend at the foot as well. So I'm getting a notice on my camera that I'm running out of space. So I'm going to do it real quick before we get into some kind of comparisons, and maybe try to pose him. I'll get a stand, maybe try to get him in a running pose here. I'm going to make some room on the camera, so I will be right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm kind of cheating here. I've got his foot here on this back corner, kind of resting a little bit. He's really not going to get into a running position too easy. I do have some other DC stands. I was trying to grab some DC Mattel stands. Have a Batman stand there. There's a good Kid Flash. My General Zod stand that I did have him on. Some DC Direct stands that I do have. Here's my Infinite Crisis that haven't reviewed this yet. Richard Knepp gave me the not battle damaged Batman, but trying to get him on a peg here that really kind of suits the hole. So there he's kind of standing on the peg. So my table's not exactly quite flat, so I think if I had him on a DC Direct stand or DC Collectible stand, I think he'll stand if I did want to, in fact, get him into a running pose. But as you could tell, I really can't get his legs back. That's about as far. I mean, they'll kind of rock out a little bit. Rock out. So that's not actually too bad right there. Now that I say I was really having a hard time getting him in a running pose, that's not actually too bad. So I think you can do it, just a matter of balancing the figure a little bit as we kind of look at him here. So let's pair him with the other Flash. So I'm having to hold on to the Justice League Flash here. I can't get his weight supported very well with the stand that I have, and he's just back heavy, as he doesn't have some of the joints that Kid Flash does. He doesn't bend. The ankle pivot would really help his displacement. I think if I had a better stand, he might hold a little bit. So I don't have to hold on to these guys. We'll get them standing straight up and see what they look like. And you know what? Having these two together, they really, really look good together. Even though Kid Flash's red is a lot more vibrant and almost has a little bit of that metallic look to it, he looks really good against this Flash. I think if I had the Villains versus Superheroes 7-pack with the metallic looking Flash, I think the two would look really, really good together. But even the sculpts of the two figures still both look very good together. And I believe that Flash, the metallic Flash, does have more of the gold paneling lines kind of running through, so they'd be a really good complement. If you happen to have that Flash, the Kid Flash looks really, really good. And I kind of wanted to show them with Wonder Girl and Wonder Woman as well. It's a nice little family here, kind of training the youngsters, as you will. Again, I was kind of hoping that this Robin would work as my placeholder. I have him on General Zod's figure stand here, so he's a little bit taller, and I pushed the two other Teen Titans figures to the back to hopefully give a little bit better perspective to make Robin seem a little bit taller. But this is from a few years back, I think 2009 when this figure was actually made, so it's not quite the right height for the new 52, but you kind of get the idea. Anyway, thought I would give it a try. Alright, kind of in wrapping up here, the two figures I have from this wave. I'm really kind of surprised by this figure. A little bit better than I thought he was going to be. Would have probably been one of the ones that I might have picked up towards the excuse me, the latter part of the wave here. But since getting him the way that I did, I'm not going to complain about it at all. He's going to look really good standing next to the Flash and Wonder Girl, and you know, kind of having them maybe with their mentors kind of at the moment, even though I'm thinking more Young Justice when I say mentors, until I'm able to get like Red Robin and Superboy, till I can really kind of have the Teen Titans kind of all together. But Kid Flash is really pretty cool. I love the paint scheme for him. His articulation, I wish he was articulated just a little bit better so you could really get even some more dynamic poses. But as you can kind of see there earlier, I was able to get him in a really good running pose, and actually a better running pose than you can of the Justice League 7-pack Flash. So that's going to wrap it up for me today. Today we've been taking a look at Kid Flash from the New 52 Teen Titans line. And this will be from Series 1. Series 2 so far appears to be only Red Robin, but I would imagine the closer we get to that, we may see maybe 3 more figures. I would guess it's probably going to be Red Robin, Bunker, and probably Solstice, I would have to guess. But today we'll take a look. Let's try it again. Looking at Kid Flash. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues signing off, saying we will see you guys next time.